Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We will continue on our last video on new responsive web design course in freecodecamp. Last time we were up to step 5. We'll continue on to step 6. In our preview, we already have the title cat photo app in h1 element, and then we have the h2 element cat photos, and we have a paragraph element with the words click here to view more cat photos. In step 6 it says in the previous step you put the h1 h2 comment which doesn't show in our preview and p elements inside the main element. So we wrapped these elements, these 3 elements, including the comment, inside a main element. This is called nesting. Nested elements should be placed 2 spaces further to the right of the element they are nested in. This spacing is called indentation, and it is used to make HTML easier to read. The h1 element, h2 element, and the comment are indented 2 spaces more than the main element in the code below. Use the space bar on your keyboard to add 2 more spaces in front of the P element so that it is indented properly as well. So this step mainly focuses on the structure of our code to make it easier to read. So we have our h1 indented inside the main element h2 and our comment. So this step just wants us to indent the p element. So let's do that with 2 spaces, I think. Now it's straight. All the indented inside elements are straight one line. Let's check our code. It's a pass. Now on step 7, you can add images to your website by using the img element or image element. Image elements have an opening tag without a closing tag. A tag for an element without a closing tag is known as a self-closing tag. Add an image element below the p element. At this point, no image will show up in the browser. So this one is quite different from the last elements that we've practiced. This one only has an image element, so we just put an image without a closing tag. So like this, let's check our code. Yep, and it passes. So image doesn't have a closing tag like, for example, the p tag above. There's a opening tag and a closing tag. Image, however, doesn't need a closing tag. We will find out the reason why maybe in the next steps. So we'll continue on to submit and go to the next challenge. On step 8, HTML attributes are special words used inside the opening tag of an element to control the element's behavior. The source src attribute in an image element specifies the image's URL, where the image is located. An example of an image element using an src attribute or source attribute, I would like to call it source, hope I'm right. For example, img, an image element with the source https://www.example.com/the image.jpg. So this is a link to the resource or the image source. Now for this step, they would like us to, inside the existing image element, add an src attribute with this URL. So we'll just copy this. All right, I'll just copy this. Hopefully it gets copied properly. And we'll add a src attribute and then paste. Well, okay, that doesn't work. Let's see. We'll import it manually. HTTPS cdn freecodecamp.org. Obviously, this is not an ideal way. If you can copy it, just copy it. Don't be hard on yourself. Slash cat photo slash dash. So if you can see in the preview, the IMG is trying to locate the source. However, because it's not a valid link yet, it fails to load the image. So let's continue on and complete the link photo app / relaxing cat.jpg. Hopefully, yep, and it shows. Right, now let's check our code, and it passes. Next, on step 9, all image elements should have an alt attribute. The alt attribute, or alternative, is used for screen readers to improve accessibility and is displayed if the image fails to load. For example, there is an image element with a source cat.jpg and an alt attribute with a cat, has an alt attribute with the text a cat, obviously. Inside the image element, this is our step 9. Inside the image element, add an alt attribute with this text, a cute orange cat lying on its back. Let's see if we can copy this. Yes, we can. And we will add an alt attribute. There you go. And let's check our code. It passes. Submit. On step 10, you can link to another page with the anchor element. So now we are introduced to the anchor element with the letter A. For example, A href equals, then there's a link to go to the freecodecamp website. Now, for this step, add an anchor element after the paragraph that links to https://freecatphotoapp.com. At this point, the link won't show up in the preview. Let's do that. After the paragraph, let's add an A element with href, the link to https freecatphotoapp.com. As it says, there won't supposed to be any link shown in the preview yet. Okay, so now let's check our code. Sorry, your code does not pass. Keep trying. Okay, so for this a tag, it's different from an image tag. An image tag doesn't need any closing tag. However, an a tag still needs a closing tag. So let's do that. Check your code. Now it passes. I think our video will be up to step 10 for today. We will see you on our next step in the next video. Thank you.